Welcome to AI News with John. We're just going to read some articles, find out what's been going on in the AI world, tech world, so that you're up to date because we ain't got time to read articles and stuff like that. So let's start off. Claude is sued for copyright infringement. What? A group of authors filed a lawsuit against AI startup Anthropic, alleging that the company committed large scale theft by training its Claude ChatGPT or Claude chatbot on pirated copies of copyrighted books. Okay, so at the end of the day, every AI model is built on stolen data, where there be information on the internet. Google was even scraping YouTube videos. People's YouTube videos and using that as training data. Everything you post on Meta or Facebook is used as training data. Everything on Twitter is used as training data. Like at the end of the day, if you're using a platform now, because they ran out of information, they ran out of content or original content. It's very common for like AI models to be said that they're completely trained on most of the information on the internet. So this is not really surprising. This is the first lawsuit from writers targeting Anthropic and Claude, but similar lawsuits have been filed against competitors OpenAI and ChatGPT. Very interesting. This isn't the first time an AI company has been sued over copyright infringement, but it resurfaces an important debate about AI training data. While similar cases have been largely dismissed in the past, courts have yet to definitively answer the core issue of using unauthorized internet scraped material for AI training. Yeah, like at the end of the day, like they stole all the data and they used it for training data so that they could give us these fancy tools. The worst part is that they're blaming companies laying off hundreds of thousands of employees due to AI efficiencies. That's bull. Like they're at the end of the day, they're firing, or this is my hypothesis, completely my hypothesis, is that they're firing or they're letting go hundreds of thousands of employees just because of their companies aren't getting sales, so they need to increase profits. So the only way for them to show profitability is by cutting human labor and then blaming it on AI when you've used AI and ChatGPT. It's not replacing your job. It's not you still need a human in the loop. It's been a whole there's this whole thing called the AI bubble where basically get into it, but the AI bubble where basically people so AI has been marketed as pretty much like this artificial intelligence. It's like a college intern that could come in and replace human beings when that's couldn't be farther from the truth. Like these AI models are not replacing human beings. They're not the game-changing, revolutionary technology as they're marketed. I mean, if you look at OpenAI, even ChatGPT, when they do their marketing things, it's all hype. It's just a lot of marketing and like teasers. They get that marketing playbook from like Apple. Excuse me, from Apple, where they're just like teasing stuff. Here's the new release, and oh my god, it's a leak. But at the end of the day, the models, they've already ran out of training data like almost like months ago. And so they don't have more information or new novel. See, there's no such thing really as generative AI. All these models are doing is just regurgitating information that they've been trained on. They're not creating anything novel at the end of the day. They're just they're all built on copyright, whether it be the image generators, whether it be the text generators. Like they're not creating original content. They're not completely autonomous. And so there's this whole AI bubble where basically like investors are like, hey, I mean, when companies report their earnings, like Google reported their earnings, and then they showed like how much money they were burning and investing in AI, but the investors were like, where's the payoff? And to date, at least this is just my opinion, there hasn't been a company that's really making like money and game changing as far as it's a full AI company and they're making more money than they're burning in cost. It costs so much, like millions of dollars a day, into just to operate these models. It's not cost effective. So that's why we're going to go into another AI winter where basically these models are not going to get they're not going to get smarter. They're going to get faster and they're going to get cheaper just through the law of just like CPUs when there's the Moore's law where the computer processing gets cheaper and faster over a period of time. It's the same thing with the large language models, but it's not. Large language models aren't the path towards like sentience or actual intelligence. There's no intelligence behind it. They're just fancy text predictors trying to predict text. It's just autocomplete, basically, just as a fancy way. But it's been an AI's in this huge bubble. It's going to pop. It's going to take down a lot of companies. They're just burning capital. There's no real ROI. Like, AI is not as game changing as, like, say, Bitcoin, for example. That's way more revolutionary as a technology for the impact that it could have towards society. But the problem is, Bitcoin doesn't have there's no company, there's no board behind it. Investors can't invest in it per se, like a company and pumping. So we're going to see a crash in AI pretty soon. What's this? Victor Miller, a mayor candidate in Wyoming capital city, just vowed to let his customized GPT named Vic, virtual integrated citizen, help run the local government if elected. What? This is interesting. Miller created Vic using ChatGPT, feeding it city ordinances, I can't even say that word, and related documents to make municipal decisions. Dear God. Miller filed for him and Vic to run for mayor, proposing that ChatGPT GPT provides data-driven insights and solutions while Miller ensures legal execution. So we have, oh my God, I'm so gonna get demonetized for this. So all politicians lie. If you're a politician, at the end of the day, you lie. Like, you're not going to solve the problem. What we need is, I'm so gonna get fired for this. But at the end of the day, we don't need a politician and AI. That's two worst of the worst things that are not gonna help. This is so stupid. OpenAI has shut down Miller's account twice, citing policies against using its products for campaigning. Wyoming's Secretary of State raised concerns, but local officials allowed Miller's candidacy with its human name on the ballot. This is such a useless article. While Miller's chances of winning seem slim, and his graphs of data privacy and large language models seem slimmer, this marks the first time a political candidate has openly advocated for AI in governance. Oh, dear God, no. But AI will certainly infiltrate politics in the coming years. Oh, the word politics is already a blank show. Like, it's already, like, and then we're also going to throw AI. AI is not even, like, we just had this debate. We just talked about this in the previous article. AI is not getting smarter. AI is not getting more efficient. AI is not helping. It's not going to help a company autonomously, like, significantly improve their ROI at the end of the day. It's just been an excuse for companies to fire actual highly qualified people and actually hire talent, like a meritocracy. Like, if you really want to fix politics and you want to fix the government, this is just my opinion. My opinion now. We need to go back to Austrian economics and just go to smaller governments and smaller budgets. Like, no, there's no politician that goes into office, honestly, and then they're like, actually, like, if you, they campaign on lies. Let's just be honest. And I'm saying this after the Fed just released their numbers for the job reports. They're like, oops, we were off by 888 or 800,000 jobs. Whoopsie. I guess that's just those jobs just didn't appear. And it's like, yo, like, can we be honest and just say, like, between you and me, like, this is just me and you talking at the end of the day, like, there's no one coming to save us, especially in politics. We have to create our own local governments served by the people, because let's be honest, there's no one in politics. This is just my opinion. There's no one in politics that's representing the people. And honestly, that's going to campaign towards smaller government, fiscal responsibility, even having them understand Austrian economics is a whole nother thing. They just want to have unlimited budgets and be able to campaign based on lies, and then when they get in office, they're just bought at the end of the day. We could be honest, like, at the end of the day, like, if you lived on this earth for longer than 4 years, you already know the game. Politicians lie. They get into office, they make things worse, they make government bigger, they cause more inflation. At the end of the day, the common person, you and me, just have, like, more we have to deal with. Like, honestly, this is just my opinion, but let's just move on. Now, this is interesting. This is called ZapConnect 2024 Experts, AI, and Automation Sessions. ZapConnect 2024 is bringing together AI industry leaders and automation experts for half a day of must-see sessions on using the power of automation and AI in your business. The reason why I want to highlight this article is because when I build tech stacks for small businesses and actually implement automation that actually streamlines workflow, that increases their productivity, that actually helps automate a business, I don't use AI. AI is not even like reliable enough to put in production, especially in a small business use case. However, automation and specifically the tool Zapier, huge hack. Like, say for example, like I just updated this in my funnel. For example, when a lead goes to the website and fills out the form on my website that they're interested in services, Zapier automatically takes that lead information from the website, pops it into the CRM, sends me a notification on my phone instantly with the information that I need, and then drops it in my email automation tool. And then what else? It does all that automatically, like instantly. So like that is a huge time saving and instant notification, especially in business when you have to follow up on leads. You have to follow up in a timely fashion. So being able to build true automation and using Zapier, I'm an advocate for Zapier. They're huge as far as like going into a business, finding inefficiencies, especially because most businesses have what's called data silos, which means they have many different apps from CRM to website to email to data to their task manager, for example, and it's all siloed. And usually you'll find a person in there that just takes data from one app and puts it data entry into another app. That was a lot of my first white collar job. It was basically just data entry at the end of the day. Doing automation, and now Zapier, there's also another one, make.com. They both serve the same function, but that allows you to truly automate and improve the efficiencies of a company or business and improve the bottom line at the end of the day. We're not talking about AI. We're not talking about adding AI in any AI. Just remember, AI is just hype right now. It's not replacing human beings. It's not streamlining workflows. If anything, it's just making employees more efficient at their job. At the end of the day, it's just a productivity tool. It's the difference between someone who really knows how to use Excel and someone who doesn't have a clue how to use Excel. The person who has Excel skills has it's unfair advantage. It's the same advantage as like someone who knows how to write code versus someone who doesn't know how to write code. A person who can write code can build a business app that adds even more automation, which is a huge game changer. So that's why I wanted to highlight this, because I just built this and man, it was such a game changer for me to get mobile notifications for new leads that come into the CRM. Such a game changer, such a productivity hack. I don't have to go into the system. I don't have to monitor it. I just get automatic custom notifications sent to my phone using Zapier. Oh my God, such a productivity hack. Lumalabs just released Dream Machine 1.5, a major upgrade to the current AI video generation model with higher quality text to video, smarter prompt understanding, and better image to video capabilities. Builds on the original model, more high quality, excels in creating smooth motion cinematography and dramatic shots, turning static conceptions into dynamic stories, but lags in morphine, movement, and text. And it's available for free. Now, text-to-image AI generation is nearly indistinguishable from reality, and the next big frontier is text-to-video. This is true, and Dream Machine 1.5 is another big leap forward for realism. I want to highlight this one because there's another one I'm going to talk about, another text-to-video AI tool, and this I think over the next couple years is really going to be game changing. As far as it's by the end of this year, it's going to be very difficult to distinguish not just real photos that are AI generated that look hyper realistic, but also video that is also hyper realistic, looks real. It's getting really hard now to distinguish if it's been AI generated, and that's a great leap in the technology that it's advancing really really fast. I mean, this stuff used to have to do a gaming machine and like learn, like I think it's like Unity or something like that in video games to like try and get this type of video or virtual reality video kind of thing, as far as especially for the movie industry, because I have a cinematography background kind of thing. So this fascinates me because I've been seeing a lot of really good movie trailers, music videos that are doing this. So their workflow is they're using Midjourney, the newer version of Midjourney, to create these very realistic scenes or shots, and then they take those images and put them into these text to image generator or video generators, where they'll take a video or an image as the prompt and then turn it into a 3 to 5 second like animation, which is I'm amazed. That's why I want to show this. It's like this technology is getting really, really advanced as far as what you're capable of doing. This blows my mind as far as so what the capabilities is that what used to take the budget of like Hollywood and like hundreds of thousands of dollars and editors and a whole director and stuff like that, a kid in his basement could basically create a movie trailer that can compete with Hollywood. Like that to me is the real like game changing as far as following this technology and seeing it advance. Like it is getting super hyper real. Look at these. These are amazing, super hyper realistic as far as like what they're getting capable of, as far as, so basically now that you could turn your ideas into video pretty cheaply as far as what these apps are capable of. Wait, what is this? Tome, the world's first AI powered law firm, discover an AI powered solution that simplifies legal complexities, offers expert advice, and saves you thousands in legal fees. Get instant help with contracts, strategies, and access to expert attorneys. This is very interesting. Oh yeah, government's AI. We don't need AI in government at the end of the day. We need less government and less politicians and smaller government and Austrian economics. But AI-powered legal research, this is interesting because when I first used ChatGPT and I first got into it, I knew how to use it, so I used it to win a small court case, a case with a family member. They were stuck in this legal battle, and basically I was like, I just give me the information. I PDF'd it, digitized it, gave it to ChatGPT, turned it into an attorney, and said, this is the letter that they sent over. How should we respond? It crafted a letter. We sent it off. They immediately fired their law firm, and then they hired a new one, and then they settled, and we won. This is interesting because that's why it's really powerful to know how to use AI and all its capabilities. Like I still use ChatGPT, the Plus plan, to create custom GPTs to do a lot of work more efficiently. Like it saves me hours, at least 20 hours a week in productivity, and just for me working, trying to do tasks here and there, because I know how to use all the features. So that's why when I teach tool mastery, so highly recommend to like learn how to use the tool, all its features, because it comes handy. It's like a multi-tool. Then when that situation comes and you need that special, either an article or an email, or especially for marketing, you need a email campaign, you need a landing page, you need a marketing strategy, you need a business coach, whatever, it becomes very helpful to learn how to use these tools so that you can use them and get expert advice to help you make better decisions at the end of the day. That's why I think AI is really helpful for, is helping you make better decisions in your day-to-day workflow, whether that be professionally in business or personally in your life. That's where I still find these tools are significantly powerful for how to use learn how to use the AI tools. ChatGPT, Claude, doesn't matter, Gemini, doesn't matter which one, just pick one, but learn how to use it and all its features. There's a free ChatGPT it's like a 3-hour it's a full course, 3-hour course on how to use ChatGPT. It's in the YouTube channel, my YouTube channel, so you'll find it and binge it. So enjoy it. It's free, but it's saved me at least 20 hours a week in learning how to use these tools. So I highly recommend learn tool mastery. So this is why it's interesting, is especially using it, because that's where it's really powerful, is these specific use cases is where you get the real power of AI. Interesting. If you care at all about AI, this whole video is pretty much about AI video at the end of the day. You've probably already heard of big names in the sector. You have Runway, you have Gen 3, you have OpenAI Sora, Luma's Dream Machine, and Pika's AI video generator. This is a new one called Hotshot. But the most interesting thing about this one is its origins. It was trained in 4 months by a team of just 4 engineers. This is wild. Previously, Hotshot trained on an open source model, Hotshot XL, which generates 1 second long videos at 8 frames per second. It was also trained on its successor, but this one's interesting because it's a text to video model that generates up to 10 seconds of footage at 720p, and it was trained over the course of the last 4 months. Look at the realistic dogs. But this technology is going to just progress at the end of the year, where it's just going to be so hard to distinguish reality from fake videos, because at this point, don't trust anything you see online, whether it be text or video or images. At the end of the day, it's so hard. It's either printed before 2010 or printed on paper before 2000. Anything after, I question, especially if it's digital. Like, this is so wild. So this team, 4 engineers, created this model. But that's the interesting thing. It's like 10-second clips at 720p, and it's text to video. I like the other workflows where they're using a text to photo, like Midjourney, and then pumping that into taking that still shot and then putting that into a video generator. That seems to be like the best workflow, and then stitch those images together. Super interesting. But this is like the state of technology. When I first made my first AI video like a year ago, like, we have advanced so far so fast. This is just getting very interesting. So at the end of the day, what does this mean? Look, the technology is getting cheaper, it's getting faster, and it's getting easier to use. So there's no excuse if you want to become a director, if you want to create your own videos, if your imagination, basically. Just using ChatGPT has been such a game changing as far as productivity for work, mandatory as far as like using it in day to day. So now these tools are just going to be more part of your day-to-day workflow, depending on your profession at the end of the day. It's just fascinating to see the technology evolve over time. Let's see what else. Of course, yeah, you can see a lot of the nuances of it, but if you're trying to just, I think it's perfect for like music videos and like trailers where you only have to show like 3 seconds max or 5 seconds max of a scene, basically. That's where this technology is really shining. There's a lot of YouTube videos that are doing music videos. If you look at the C3PO rap video on YouTube, that's a fun one to like do. This is a funny video to check out, because this is like C3PO, and I can't say his name, especially for copywriting kind of thing, but this is where I think the technology really shines, is using it in music videos and trailers. There's another trailer. Let me show you another one. This is a great video, but you can see it's 3 to 5 seconds. It's really, that's where it shines. And then they're using Midjourney to do the shots. Then they're throwing it into a video. I think it's like Runway or one of them that's animating that. And then you're doing your traditional video editing, music, sound design, and zooming in cuts and stuff like that. This is all that you can all do in just a basic video editor, like DaVinci, for example, is a real easy one. Check out this one. This is another great one. It's a great book called Children of Time by Adrian. I don't want to pronounce it. I'm gonna mess it up. It's a phenomenal book. Highly recommend reading the book. It's a great science fiction book. This person took that book and created a trailer for it. and I think it's phenomenal as far as like what just to show what's capable of the technology. And the same workflow is like Midjourney for the images and throwing that into a image to video they're not generating, they're actually animating it, which is interesting. It's just turning it into, if you watch it, it's like maybe 3 to 5 seconds of like animating the image of it. But that seems to be a workflow which is really good for just that's really good for trailers. This is a really good trailer. And then you're doing your sound design. They're also doing video to text. Oh no, they're doing text to voice. I think it's 11 labs that they're using for the voice. So it's AI synthesized voiced. But phenomenal. And then they're using ChatGPT for the text, or for the script. So using these AI tools for someone to produce this level of a movie trailer is very fascinating. But this to show what's possible. I think that's very fascinating. So this whole episode was like text to video as far as AI news and stuff like that. It's interesting to see the technology evolve, what's capable of. Download, use these tools, create something, share it. I love to see what you create too. So I'm Jonathan Acuna. This has been AI News. We've just been hanging out, learning what's going on in AI and technology to see what's capable, what are the possibilities, so that you can go and use these tools today to turn your ideas into reality. So I'll see you in the next episode. Hope you have a blessed day. Bye.